Hi, this is Cindy. How are you today? Welcome to part 3 of my Botanical Gardens series for this week. We're going to be dealing with vellum paper today, and one thing that I really wanted to show you was the Botanical Garden Jewels embellishments with several of the pieces of vellum in the pack. These little jewels coordinate perfectly. Look at that flower with this size flower. Okay, and check it out. Can you see that? And no, you can't. I had this problem before. I have to bring it up to my hand and find one so you can see it all the way through. And there it is. Can you see that now? It's so pretty. My vellum paper is kind of wonky, so it's not laying straight for me. Okay, there we go. So you put your glue dot behind that gem there, and then another one behind the paper. That's how you'll get your vellum nailed down to your cardstock, because if you look at it, this is an awful lot of dotting to do with adhesive. Unfortunately, the Stampin' Up brand, their fine tip glue pen, it does not dry matte, so it will show through this paper here. A lot of people use this multi-matte medium, which I love. And Ranger, if you're listening to me, please make this in a bigger bottle with one of these nozzles that you have to put on there. I have rheumatoid arthritis. I have an extremely difficult time squeezing this because of it, so as much as I love it and like to use it, it's hard for me. So what I do use is this Claudine Helmuth Multi Medium Matte. It's also by Ranger. This is by Ranger. They're the same product. Ranger does have this in this size with a brush on the end as you pull it out, but I didn't want to do that, and I'm going to show you how we're going to get this adhered to our cardstock. However, I'm not using this piece of vellum right here. For my card, I have chosen to use this piece, and we're going to be making a wedding card today. So I have a card front here that's your basic standard A2 size. It's 5.5 by 4.25. This way. And you all know how to cut down one of those. Like I said yesterday, I never thought that I would break down and do this, but the phone. I went ahead and cut a piece of linen cardstock down to the Blueprints 15 size. And this is cut down, oh, I don't know, and eighth or so, a little bit more than eighth, quarter of an inch smaller. And I do have very strong adhesive on both sides of this foam panel. And then for our vellum paper, I used Blueprints 13 for this here. And again, I love the detail on the side. This will be super easy to adhere down because I have all of this behind there. So I think that I'm just going to go ahead and get this adhered down. And clean your stuff on your desk once a week. I'm so bad about that, and everything gets trashed. The stamp sets that we're going to use today are actually two of them. The first one is Birthday Blossoms, and I use these flowers right here. And I've already gone ahead and done a lot of prep work for you. You've seen heat embossing enough and stamping enough, but we're going to mainly work with the vellum today. And I went ahead and used this sentiment from Rose Wonder, which is this stamp set right here. And the frame will be on the front. And again, these flowers, and I embossed them with silver embossing powder at the bottom. I went ahead and let it dry, and to keep the warping factor down, I kind of sandwiched them between these two blocks right here, and it's worked out very well. So we're going to doll this up a little bit on the inside, but not right now. We're going to be making a wedding card, which I can't believe I'm doing, but it's very elegant too at the same time, and I think that you will enjoy it. So with the Rose Wonder, what I've done is I have these rose garden thinlits dies here, and they're open faced, which is great. So that means you can go ahead and get your cardstock and just stamp on it and heat emboss it. Again, this is in silver. You've seen me and 1,000 other people do it enough, so I didn't want to take you through that. And then I just went through and placed my frame over it and die cut it out. So we have our sentiment all ready to go and our inside. What I want to show you first is, and I am going to zoom in for this, is let's get this down on our front panel, because that's really super important. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and I'm just going to take a little paintbrush from the lid, and it's really super thin. And it's also very important, I do gotta zoom out, even though I want you to see this, to go ahead and get as much as you can on your vellum cardstock. Very fast, by the way. So you can get the panel down. So as you can see, I'm just kind of taking this paintbrush and dotting it. And these will look beautiful on the top. I did not try taking the Ranger brush and painting it all the way across a piece of vellum, which I probably should have. I think I would have gotten away with it okay, since we're going to layer this on a piece of white cardstock. I just might, who knows. So this is what I am doing right now. And remember, the vellum in that cardstock package goes with every single piece of designer series paper. In there. And if this dries matte, that means it's going to be clear. So as you can tell, I'm like really struggling here. Okay, let's just go for it. I'm going to paint a thin coat on this entire, well, just in this spot. Right there. I'm going to flip it over, and you can't see through this. So what that means is that I'm stopping now, I'm going to the sink, I'm rinsing this brush out, and I'm going to be grabbing the Multi-Matte Medium by Ranger with a brush on the end of it, paint all of this right here, and then get it on our card front. Okay, this is serious. I think I can pop that off, but this is like one big brush. It's meant to be used with mixed medium, so I'm going to do this on the outside, and if I need more, then I'll just grab from that. So let's just kind of go with this and see how it goes. And it could very well be possibly used on the other vellum cardstock too, which would be great, because we all know what a pain vellum is to put down. And it's rolling on me. Let me grab, I'm going to have to hold this. Okay, good, you can see. I've got to hurry on this. Remember, edges are a priority. Then again, you can always get the little bottle and just squirt, underneath. As you can see, I have my craft mat here. And I'm going to be moving very fast. I'm going to pull in my panels, zoom out real quick for you. This also could have been painted on this panel too, since there's only like 1/8 of an inch difference. That's totally my bad. If you line up the stitch marks, you're generally good to go. And you've got a little bit of wiggle room. Two ways you can fix this. Tim Holtz ruler, this edge here, which I really hate doing. I've got to get it down. Option number 2, thank God that was close by, giant brayer. And again, just get it down, and I think that we're looking pretty good. Right there, you're going to think, okay, wait a second, but there is texture in that, okay, where's my eraser? There is texture in the vellum paper. So, you see something funky, go ahead and erase it. And this is where you got to go ahead and grab your blocks back in. I want this one on the top because it's the heaviest. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in front of me, lay it down, let it go. Then I'm going to tell you what we'll do to the front panel, but I can't because it's over there. So how about if we get working on the inside here a little bit? We have these gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous flowers for this really elegant wedding card. And one good thing about Stampin' Up! Is, guess what? These match up with a different stamp set. And again, that is Rose Wonder, and it does have the Thinlit dies. So what I'm going to do is just find a really good primary place right in the middle here that will really accentuate the inside. And where are my glue dots? I don't want to edit again, and they are right in front of me. Oh, another thing. Don't forget to wipe this up and then stick it back in your multi-matte medium. I'm going to grab a glue dot and super easy to get on. You just lay it down, press it, pull it off, then kind of look at your petals to see what goes where. And that looks good for me. Let's go ahead and grab some. Oh, one thing on the frame that you die cut, remember you can go ahead and stamp it on the piece of paper. And I didn't explain to you what frame that we were using. It's this one from Rose Wonder. Inside it is the wedding wishes, as you can see right here. Then on the inside is wishing you a marriage made in heaven, etc. You can stamp it on your cardstock first, get it all nice and evened up, and die cut it out. I love open dies for that reason. And I used the Versamark Dazzle Frost. There's like a little silver shim in there. So to doll up the insides of these flowers, I have the basic jewels and the rhinestone and the pearl. And there is a reason why I chose both. Because I want the outside of the card to tie in with the inside with the pearls and with the rhinestones. I'm going to keep like the bling factor down to a low because on the front there is a lot of it. Plus, it's a wedding card, so we have to keep it classy a little bit. I'm going to show it to you really quick, close up. That is very gorgeous. Check it out. I think this is pretty cool since I don't do wedding cards. Okay, let's hope that our vellum is stuck down. And again, you can still feel that texture, and you can see it. And it's okay. There you go. I was going to say it's really, really hard to right now on camera. And this is one of those points where I'm kind of forced to just go ahead and grab the multi-matte medium and just slip some underneath there. And then put something heavy on it for a second just to let it dry. So I'm going to go back to putting just a wooden block. No, I'm not. I'm going to turn this upside down. And what we're going to do is go ahead and get our foam adhesive on the back there. And that's real simple. You just go ahead and grab your pokey tool and pull all your adhesive tape off. I try to use the thickest I can find. You can use a tape runner or anything like that. It'll stick, but this Be Creative tape is wonderful. Before I put it down all the way, I would just want to make sure that nothing's going to be hanging over. And we are good to go. So you want to open up your card and make sure that everything lines up. Now the 15 and the 13, since I use them so much, I know exactly where to place them. And that is going to go right there. Gorgeous. For the back of my sentiment panel, I'm going to put this rather large piece of foam tape on the back. Now there's several things that you can do to go ahead and dress this up, and one of them would be perfect. And remember, this is a wedding card and I wanted to do elegant. Go ahead and grab some gold cording, and then you can make a silver. Then you can make a thread nest behind here, and I'll give you like a little idea of what that looks like. With the sentiment on top. And again, this is a wedding card. I think that thread nests are a little bit more whimsical, but it would look pretty good behind here. But I have a better idea, and I'm planning in my head of what I want to do. So what I would like to do is I went ahead and grabbed a bunch of these botanical garden jewels embellishments, and I just have them on glue dots. And I have 5 of them. You know, the rule of odds. I'm just going to pick them up. Put them on the card. And of course I didn't plan where I was going to. I got hooked on was this 3/8 inch sheer ribbon here. I just think that there's something elegant to that. I really like it. It just gives the card something a little unexpected. So what I'm going to do is pull this off, and again, I don't like the placement of what I have here. I can't fix it at this point in time, but lesson learned. Okay, and all you want to do is just, you know, crisscross this. You don't want it super big or obnoxious or anything like that. Just something nice and classy and elegant. And then pop that right on the back. Now remember, you want it to lay flat. And this is what I came up with right here. So I'm just going to add a few more glue dots to the back of this, since I do have ribbon covering my adhesive. I think one will do. And I'm going to pop that right about there. Then I have some great dimension. Now, it's really super important with this sheer ribbon that you use some really, really, really good scissors. I'm not going to do anything fancy with this, like do any kind of V-notches, because I want my attention on my bling and on my elements, and you will get yourself a nice, clean cut. Check it out, nice, huh? So I'm just going to angle it. Next thing I'm going to do, since we have all our bling over here, this should have really gone up there. And this is where, if you really don't like what you have on the front of your card, grab your pearls back in. So what I want to do is I do want to put, I was going to say a small embellishment, but I think I'm going to go with the larger pearls and put one on each end. Of the sentiment panel. And that gives the right amount of elegance I'm looking for. And as you can see, we have 3 different sizes here. We got these little baby ones, the medium, the large ones. I think that it'd be really cool just to go ahead and add some of these real small baby ones to the inside of the flowers. It's going to draw your eye. I gotta cover that. Draw your eye more so towards the pearls, and it also gives you, I mean, we all know that embellishments are just an opportunity to cover up mistakes, right? So I'm just going to start making sure that I do get these in the center of the card, and then just go ahead and spread them around. And here we have this gorgeous, beautiful, and elegant wedding card that I think that turned out fabulous. You can clearly see the vellum on top of it, and I love the embellishments around it, and the inside really pulls in the outside of it as well too. This is not an envelope stuffer card, so it's one of those that you just grab some 5/8 of an inch satin ribbon, wrap it up, pop it inside your gift, you know, whatever you choose to do. And I'm really super glad that this with vellum became our friend, because I have not seen that out there before, where somebody actually took the brush and painted it on the back of a piece of vellum that was textured and got the entire piece of vellum stuck down. So I hope that you did learn something from this and then got an idea for a beautiful wedding card out of it, since that season is coming up. And I hope that you enjoyed part 3 of my botanical garden series. So again, God bless you. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And you can find me on social media. Take care and have a fabulous day. God bless. Bye.